Hello, beautiful souls. So, as you can tell, I am in our old apartment. See the love behind us? So I decided to come next door and make sure kind of my internet connection is quite stable so that I can do my talk today on ACIM Gather, which is now turning into Awakening Together. And today is going to be a good talk as I'm going to share my kind of inspirations and insights that have been given me in regards to what's taking place within the community at large and why this is going to be my last ACIM Gather talk. And so I am not sure what the outcome is going to be of it, but I'm only ever here and speak to be most helpful. So we'll see what kind of takes place, but that's kind of why I'm here. And since I have a little bit of time, I figured that it would be suiting to make the video and let this almost be my own personal anchor to the talk. Because ultimately, you know, with every situation that happens in our life and world, it is an opportunity to learn to forgive. It is an opportunity to ask for and receive this correction, this forgiveness in our mind, that we may see something totally different than we did before. And through my experience, when we forgive, we truly do have that completely unwavering peace that doesn't change. And we also have the inner experience that our minds are joined, so that we truly are one. And this is where we can share in communication and understand each other perfectly, and where we both can ask for guidance within and receive the same answer because it's coming from the same source. So this is what I want for everyone to experience and to recognize, that there is a shared voice, there's a shared mind within our mind that will give us the same answer to our question. The words might be a little different, it might look a little different, but the content is always the same. And so today's lesson, being 336, forgiveness lets me know that minds are joined. It is very helpful to know that this is what forgiveness is for. Forgiveness is to unite. Forgiveness is to bring together. Forgiveness is to let us have the recognition that minds are forever joined. So forgiveness lets me know that minds are joined. So I'm going to read through here what the rest of today's lesson is and allow it to drive home this truth for us all. Forgiveness is the means appointed for perception's ending. Knowledge is restored after perception first is changed, and then gives way entirely to what remains forever past its highest reach. For sights and sounds, at best, can serve but to recall the memory that lies beyond them all. Forgiveness sweeps away distortions and opens the hidden altar to the truth. Its lilies shine into the mind and call it to return and look within to find what it has vainly sought without. For here, and only here, is peace of mind restored, for this the dwelling place of God Himself. So even here with the words, Jesus is offering us the recognition that we are to turn within for what we think we want and not without. And so first and foremost, He's saying that forgiveness is the means appointed for perception's end. It's not even necessarily that the forgiveness ends the conflict, not even necessarily that forgiveness ends the war or that forgiveness ends the rage. But what happens is that forgiveness is the means appointed for a perception's ending. So when our perception changes from that of ego to God, from that of fear to love, then the effect of the rage, of the anger, of the conflict, of the judgment ceases to be, because the cause is changed. So we are recognizing that the Course in Miracles is a course in cause and not in effect. So when we take our mind off of what's happening on the outer world and put it on what's happening in the inner world, this is how the Holy Spirit can help us. This is how the Holy Spirit can meet us where we are and teach us forgiveness, realizing that forgiveness is a means appointed for perception's ending. And so knowledge is restored after perception first is changed, and then gives way entirely to what remains forever past the highest reach. And so what this is meaning is that knowledge is here reserved for God's sons. That is whom we really are in truth. But while we are still perceiving through the body, we are going to look upon and experience conflict, rage, judgment, and confusion. Because of that, all of that stuff is not included in what knowledge is. So the only way that we will be restored back to knowledge as God created us to be is after perception is first changed. So this is why we must always reach the humble place of not knowing. I do not know, Father. I do not know. And in this place of not knowing, I open to you teaching me, that I may experience the change in perception and then know with you. We don't know anything apart from God. We know nothing apart from God. And so this is what forgiveness is for, to have an experience of a changed perception, that we may be restored back to knowledge. And that is where our limitless mind is open to experience all that is. Everything that is even beyond the highest reach that the mind could possibly try and reach in this world. It's so vast and so great. And so we are realizing here that for sights and sounds at best can serve but to recall the memory that lies beyond them all. And what I'm feeling with this is that yes, our sights and our sounds can help us to come back into that memory, the knowledge that lies beyond all of the senses, because when we look out into our world and into our life, we can use our life and our world as an example of our state of mind. So if I look out into the world and I feel that my life is still in conflict in my relationships, and I'm still feeling that my communities are falling apart, and I'm feeling that work is no fun, and everything is just like blah, well then that is a testament to our state of mind. And that is when we can turn back within our inner world and ask Holy Spirit for a reinterpretation, ask Holy Spirit for a shift in perception. This is the only thing that our sights and sounds can really be used for in this world. It's to let us bear witness to our own state of mind. And then we recognize that once we become witness to our own state of mind, it's nothing to feel guilty for, because ego will want you to feel guilty to stay there. But instead, we bear witness to our state of mind and realize that forgiveness sweeps away distortions and opens the hidden altar to the truth. So the reason we bear witness to our mistakes and bear witness to the state of mind with which we are really in is for us to ask for forgiveness and to recognize our need for forgiveness, so that forgiveness can wipe away all distortions and literally open the hidden altar in our mind to the truth, which is to knowledge, which is to God. And then Jesus goes forward by saying, its lilies shine into the mind. Its lilies, its light, its beauty shines into the mind, and call it to return, to look within, to find what it has vainly sought without. So we literally are recognizing that forgiveness will sweep away the distortions and open the hidden altar to the truth, which is where the light of the lily shine in our mind, which literally call us to return, to look within, where we have always looked without. We always look without for somebody else to change, for somebody else to leave, for somebody else to do something better, for somebody else to do something different, for the next book to read, the next speaker to go to, the next group to be a part of. Whereas that's not where the correction and the forgiveness and the knowledge is. All of that is found within, everything. So for here, and only here, is peace of mind restored. For this the dwelling place of God himself. So it is only when we turn within, it is only here that the peace of mind is restored. Recognize peace of mind. It is peace of mind. Peace of mind that is restored. And once it is restored to the mind, then we recognize that we are the dwelling place of God. And then from that point onward, there's nothing to fear, there's nothing to doubt, there's nothing to get angry at, there's nothing to attack. All of that ceases to be, because now we recognize that we are the dwelling place of God himself. And in that place is knowledge, and in that place do we remember that our minds are joined and are able to communicate from the Holy Spirit in my mind, the dwelling place, to the Holy Spirit in your mind, the dwelling place, and have a joining. And that is how miracles happen, right? Miracles unite minds directly with each other. And miracles and forgiveness really are synonymous. So let's conclude here in this final prayer. In quiet, may forgiveness wipe away my dreams of separation and of sin. then let me, Father, look within and find your promise of my sinlessness is kept. Your word remains unchanged in my mind. Your love is still abiding in my heart. In quiet. In quiet. May forgiveness wipe away my dreams of separation and sin. In quiet. That means within. And so we are praying today together, which is where our joint power is. Praying to our Father to look within and find His promise of my sinlessness. To find His word that remains forever unchanged in my mind. To find His love that is still abiding in my heart. This is the unchanging reality of what we are. The unchanging reality of what we are. So it is here that I join with you all, where we remember that forgiveness lets me know minds are joined. And so it is. I love you, beautiful souls. Bye.